10-minute chess. Let's play that chess. We're 1544. UG 77. Heavy UG energy. We play E4 now. We're an E4 gamer. They play the Caro Kann defense. We play D4. They play D5. I'm going to be honest with you, I have a tendency to actually enjoy, in my opinion, the advanced variation. I don't mind the advanced variation. And then, because I've played against the advanced variation so much, as black, I feel like I understand what white needs out of this. Like this, I'm happy with the tempo. I'm happy with the tempo. I doubt that's a book move. You know what? It's been a long time since we even did some analysis, too. 10 minutes gives you the time to do the allowance. I actually feel like knight to f3 is not that good because we lost out on f4 temporarily, but that's fine. I don't really care about a fianchettoed bishop. I think I'm going to castle kingside early. Think about pushing my bishop to g5. I don't know. Is this just so you can move knight from g8 to h6? I'm not sure. Yeah, like I literally don't know anything about the rivals except for the fact that I'm involved and the date, which I actually got wrong. I don't know the time controls. I don't know anything. I got no problem. I'll keep answering the questions. Don't get me wrong, but I got no insight for you. Tried to move my castle like a knight there. Just a guess. It's a special move. That's true. I do know the prize money. But I don't know the prize distribution yet. Hopefully it's not winner takes all. Well, dude, this is like we're playing against somebody that's moving at like the same speed that we are. I kind of feel for them because I'm like, what do you do here? You know, if you're black, you're like, okay, you gotta. I mean, what I would think is you would probably, I don't know, you would maybe play bishop to b4. This is like a pretty classic position for it. And, you know, you definitely don't want to. Okay, that's interesting. I feel like you've made an amazing spot for our knight to go. But I'm not going to worry about that just yet. Like, here's something I'm thinking of. What if we play bishop here? They play knight here. Then we play bishop here or something like that. But if I play bishop here, they might play bishop there. Do we care? Maybe not so much. Let's think about how we're going to bust this open. Like, that's what's got to happen next. I'll tell you, I think I actually don't mind, like, just the bishop takes and, like, totally screws up your pawn structure. But I don't think we have to do it right away. Like, this is really not good, I think. And then, like, even if you're pushing these pawns, like, if you do that and they take here, we put our rook here and start pushing down this way. If they take here, their pawn storm is kind of, like, blown out. So, yeah, I do like that, but let's first play rook from f to e1. Almost forces them to do that. Then they could castle queenside, but we'll see. Okay, so, I mean, I don't really mind. If they want to take my bishop hasn't moved. If you want to spend 2 moves to do that, then don't let me stop you. I think the next thing we're going to do is try to get this knight involved. We could do this, or we could do this. The problem is they're going to do this castle queenside probably. Just studying it. You know how dogs is and all that. I definitely don't want to take because it kind of gives you tempo. I actually think I like this, and then we can maybe do that, or even c4. I like knight e2 here. We're going to try to get into the king side and cause some problems. Like this pawn is... you know what? We could actually... Yeah, actually, I think I was wrong there. I think we should have left this here and then played like knight here. But if they take... No, if they take, I think I would have been stoked. So they're going to do this next. I think it's time to start causing some problems. I even don't mind like knight up. I'm just trying to avoid a situation where, you know, I take this pawn, take, they take my knight, which requires like a move of the knight first. But this is not really like a scary position. I don't know. Let's try this. You know, it's 10-minute time controls. We can go a little faster. Okay, so queenside castling, like 1,000% incoming. I think we're going to... No, because I don't want to give them this space too easily. We could sack the... You know what? I think we actually do this. Okay, here's the play. Now, I don't mind sacking here. King's going to be here. Okay, you figure they're going to trade at some point. So we do have the opportunity to take this. The queen's covering the diagonal. But we also, and it's an interesting thing to think about, the idea of doing this and just busting this little structure wide open. I'm not convinced it's any good at all, but it is kind of fun. But couldn't we accomplish the same thing? I mean, they're pretty hemmed in there. Wouldn't you suggest? It's tricky. I think we should get our queen involved as well. So what are their likely moves? Either this or this is probably next. We want to be able to defend this. Okay, I'm actually going to play c3. Get us access, you know, if we want to get our queen out here. Start threatening down here. You had a feeling something like this was coming. We can't really do our old plan anymore, which is fine. Yeah, this knight is kind of like dead down here. I'm not a big fan of the way that I had played that earlier. But I'm like, what if we play queen here? But we don't want our queen there. We want our queen out here doing damage, causing problems. You're probably going to push to here. And you know what? Here's what I'm thinking. Here's the new game plan. I don't have a new game plan. I'm burning clock. Okay, let's put a little thread over here. Maybe we can push c4 if we want. I don't want the pawn at h5, because then, like, if they put more pressure on the knight, I can't move it, or else I lose this knight. Which the knight probably shouldn't have been there to begin with. I think we want the knight here instead. There's a little fork opportunity. It's not a great one. Don't have much of a choice. But we definitely go here next. And then, I mean, even this is like, okay, well, if we can't go there, they got some good ideas at play, okay? I wonder... They'll probably move the knight, obviously. If they move the knight here, we do get access to the same kind of space we were trying to get to anyway. Okay, but we got to be careful, because if we go here and they go here... we could just take them. Yeah, okay. Get me in there. Get me in there, coach. Be more aggressive. Like, I don't mind this. This knight is garbage. Pawn structure's busted. Equal on material. So I had a feeling this was coming. I think no matter what, you got to do this. Otherwise, when you move this knight, they just... They just take this pawn. But do I mind is the question you should be asking here. And I think like now we get to threaten this. They move there. As long as this knight stays, we're not too worried about what's happening here. I think we can just take the pawn. I'm just looking. Okay, take the pawn. They play maybe this. Check. I mean, I think it's okay. I think you take the pawn. I think you take the pawn. He pushes to h3. You just do that. And then you can take later. We could maybe even like we have to create a defense here, but then if we move this knight, you know, they can't move the rook off of this file without losing this. We'll see. Everything seems okay right now. It's a little tight, but it seems okay. If we could cover this space, now we can get this pawn. Like we need to cover here. Then we can get this pawn. It's not going to stay as a fork, as awesome as that would be. Well, this is fine, to be honest with you. I mean, we could, for one, we could play this, and it blocks them, but it does leave us in a tight spot later. Or does it leave it? No, we can't play that. They'll just take. Don't be a fool. I think you just play this, but then you absolutely... No, it's actually totally fine. Like, if they don't... Check this out, okay? Take. I got your knight for free. Okay, cool. Because I can't take here or I'd be in a discovered check. Then we get your rook for free. Okay. Do you want to trade queens here? I think we like this. Because we get that free... we get the free... pawn again. I could check again. And then I wanted that pawn. And now I'm like, I think you just start pushing this. All because we played f1 to e1 earlier in the game. A move that, to be honest, looked kind of horrible at first. Or at least like it didn't do anything. Okay, so it seems to me, I'm going to keep this pawn blocked. I mean, I see what you're doing, but like, you still have like a major problem. Here's the problem, okay? Sure, king up defends, but I'm also like, what if we just push this? Okay, you take here, check. I think we'll still be like completely, totally fine. Let's keep the pressure on. Time should be fine here. They can't take, and they can't even move closer. Now I think we play king up, and we can't play that, but we could play that and start forcing them out. No pre-moves? Thank you. Put them back on. Okay, so now they want to take. And I think they're going to get away with it. But we'll get this pawn out of it. I'm just trying to see if there's anything that might be juicy in the interim period. I'm going to play this to stop that move. So I'm going to let him take the pawn. We'll get the pawn back here. 1:55 left on the clock. Actually I think it actually saves me some tempo, which is important in the endgame. Then you got to think about it. Probably he's going to play rook to e2 check. We block with the rook, and then we start forcing this pawn down here. I don't really want to trade. I'd rather use my knight to, like, if possible, block this open file. They won't trade. Like, it's a given. I don't want repetition either. I might just give this up to get over here and then push this. Because the king can't make it past. Dude, send them. If you want to take 2 moves to destroy my pawn structure, I'm going down. He's got to find a way to stop it. And it has to, the problem is he has to stop it with the knight, right? I think. Okay, here is okay. I know it looks like a little spicy. You do this. How does he stop it? You put knight here. How does he stop it? Then you take your king over here. He can't take. Yet. He's going to go here. Okay, we're going to let him take that. I think you're right. Someone said pushing the G-pawn was losing earlier. I actually think you're correct. We're down on material now. Kind of blew it towards the end game, huh? Put me there for now. It's going to be tight. With a minute left, I should have taken the draw on repetition, actually, it turns out. We want to threaten this. Check me, check me. Let me in. Let me in. Give me a taste. Just a wafer-thin taste. Or let me push. Either one I'd take is okay. Really? We got an endgame Marty here. They know what they're doing. This is a very powerful spot for that knight. King here is tough. They have disconnected and the game will auto-resign in 56 seconds. I'll take the time either way. I mean, it must have been an accident. They're booting up Stockfish. Well played! I mean, I feel like, oh, they can't. I'm trying to think of how they get out of this. I feel like they play d6, and then I don't know what I do. I guess I can't really. I mean, I can move my king here, but then this kind of blows me out a little bit. Unless okay, they auto resign because of losing connection. Well, I'll take it. I'd at least like to. What was our position at the end? We were down by a pawn. They played 93% accuracy, no blunders for either player. And yeah, we threw it away right around here. But let's go through the analysis there. So it's advanced Caro-Kann. Played normally. This is book so far. That was not book. It gave us a nice little advantage. They're like, that's fine. You should take, but that's fine. That's terrible. Great move. Take it, please. That's fine. They still want you to, they're like, why aren't you taking? I think we take here. No, okay, we do rook to e1. Then we take. And just, this is crazy. Like, just positionally, it's like you're up by 2 pawns right now. Look at that. Knight to e2 was somehow the best move, which is amazing to me, because I didn't really capitalize on it at all. They're like, good move. Not such a good move. Please just take. They're like, for the love of God, like, why do you hate the exchange? Okay, so we're still, we squandered our position there. We're now at a deficit. Now we're back up. Now, where did we get it together and where did it fall apart? They're like, this is just a straight up mistake. Okay, this is what I would like to know. Because I did think about pushing c4 at some point. Why is this so bad? Because what they played was this. And I didn't think that this ended up being that bad. Did they really want the pawn take? Way back there? Hold on. When we had this, they really wanted... No, they didn't. I don't think so. Okay, so we did that. The best response is this. Okay, I'm trying to think it through. I mean, we just lose a pawn on this because we exchange. No, they want you to move queens. Ah, because then we get the open file. That's fair. So we would go here. What would happen after that? They would take... Ah! They get a pawn or multiple pawns out of it. It would have been a little bit of a bust, but... Okay, missed win. We're back up, back on top. They love this move. Great move. What are you doing? You're down by 2 now. How do we play this one? I can't remember. You know, I actually feel like we should have done this. I feel like we should have done knight takes e6. Wrong. Yeah, not even close. You take the free pawn. Good threat. What are you doing? Now you do knight takes. No, you don't do knight takes. Now you do... I think we played g3. Yeah. I actually, g3 made no sense. Now, yeah, g3 made no sense now that I think about it. We should have just threatened. Like, in my head, I was like, we have to play this to stop them from being able to take that. But actually, if we play this, obviously they can't take it right now. And if they take this, we just take their rook. So we should have just pressured the rook out of there. But we didn't. We played that instead. They're like, what are you doing? We traded. Great move. And now they're probably like, take the check. It's got to be true. We're up by 5 points despite being up by 2 points. Great move. Good move. And then see if you can see where the squandering happened, okay? We're up by 3. They're like, don't do that. I guess what they wanted to see is doubling the rooks. Then they would probably take. Oh, they'll take here first. Okay. Then they would take. And then we would blunder. Yeah, that's terrible. Then, okay, it looks very similar to the way it actually went down. Except move my pawn instead of my rook. Okay, we're up by 4. Bad move. Should have exchanged. We were up on material with a passed pawn. It makes perfect sense. We should have exchanged. They did like this, though. I think it's this they hate. No? They still love it. Very interesting. Yeah, that's what I was thinking, actually. They prefer king here. And then that way they can't take this file. Instead, they probably put us in check. And then we put knight here. No, you move king up again. All right. I mean, it would have been a weird endgame for sure. But instead, yeah, we didn't do that. We played that. Still way up. This is the loss then. Yeah, you had to move your king closer. Instead of getting in on this, I was like, this is lost. I'm going to leverage it for an advantage over on this side. Anyway, I mean, I guess at the end of the day, we still won on a technicality, but I'll take it, you know? Having stable internet is one of the most underrated aspects of being an intermediate level chess player. All right. Hopefully they don't have the same internet problems that our last gamer did. Play the Sicilian defense. I've only really played against the Sicilian defense in Bullet. So I have no idea if bishop b5 is the expected move on move 3. But I'll tell you, I don't mind the exchange to screw up the pawn structure completely. And then we play this to keep this pawn as an island. If we play this, it gets a little bit settled. Bishop b5 is the Rosalismo. It's not the main line, but it's legit. You know, I actually I was in a chess club with somebody who went on to become an international master, and they wrote a book. I think is either about the Najdorf or the Sicilian dragon. I'm not sure. I'm probably not going to read it just because of the fact that I don't know if we should leave him this open file, dude. Like, I thought about queenside castling and doing a pawn storm, which literally never works for me. And we gave them like such a beautiful open diagonal here too. You hate to see it. First thing I'm going to do, I'm going to block bishop g4, which scares the crap out of me. And then I think I'm also going to try to eliminate their dark square bishop. But I don't want to read the chess book just because if I'm going to read a chess book, I'm going to read one of the 70 I already own. And then on top of that, I also, I'm not at a level of chess, and I will definitely take that off the board. I'm not at a level of chess skill right now. Let's push him down, dude. Where I feel like it would be sensible for me to dedicate so much time to learning a single opening variant. I think we got some other stuff to do first. We got to learn the basics. You know what I got to learn? I got to learn some gambits. That's what it's all about, man. Okay, so we know where this is going. They're not going to exchange because this is still pretty strong, I think. What's more likely to happen is that they will push me. And we got plenty of time. And realistically, I think we want to have our knight here and then start pushing these. But we don't have to do it early. In fact, we'd rather they push first. Because let me think about this. If they want to trade queens, I guess they would bust me open here. Take. We would take. They would take. I would take. They would take. I would take. I feel like I still don't mind that. I'd rather they pushed, but I feel like I don't mind it. I feel like we're going to start with h4. So we can move knight to g5 without the risk of this. And okay, so now like this, hopefully push that f-pawn, start causing some problems. I mean, we could even push h5, I suppose. I'm not sweating this. Probably this is coming at some point, but I'm not sweating it. I mean, knight here already works pretty well, I think. Let's take that, and then we can also... We can't really do that yet. Never mind. Never mind that part. We want to do this anyway because we want to push f5. And if they don't take... If they take, it's good. If they don't take, it's better, I think. I'm still, as of yet, unafraid. I mean, what are you going to do? You're going to take me? I don't see it. If you can do it, more power to you. But I don't see it. And moreover, if you try to stack up even more here, boom, we'll just blow you out. I'm not scared yet. I'm still not scared. Like, I don't know what... I mean, I guess that it's an attack on this, but if we just do that, I think we're totally fine. I mean, I suppose we could play that too, but I like having the double defense here. Okay, so they're going for the double up. I mean, so let me just walk it through. We got so much time on the clock. Okay? They take. We take. They take. We take. We're still covered. But I think instead, what we're just going to do is, I think we're going to take here. And then when they move their knight, we're just going to take their bishop. And it should cause the whole attack to fizzle, I think. I'd rather they move the rook first, though. I would just rather they move the rook first So you know what I'm thinking now is like, what if we get our other knight involved? We put this knight here. Yeah, let him have it. Let him have it. And then we could even push that if we wanted. Okay, so they're going for the push down. I think this is a gimme. You definitely just start there, and then of course you have to watch for the fork. But I think, am I insane to think this is just not a big deal at all? I think you literally just do this. And then like, okay, so you can put me in check. That much is known for certain. For what reason, nobody knows yet, I suppose. Like I'm just looking. So if you go here, I'm trying to stop you, I suppose, from going here. That's the genuinely scary part. Well, we can stop you from going there quite easily. Take, check, and I think we again have a little bit of a fizzle. So I think we just take you. And now your knight's under threat as well. I'm feeling okay here. Okay, so now, like, that's just defense. Fair enough. So they are probably still going to play the check. We won't lose our queen in the check, though. And we could even play one back if we wanted to. It might be good just to do it for time reasons. Just to get a move on the table is kind of nice. But it's also nice to have some extra aggression. I think I'm just going to start here. They can still move their knight here. I don't think it does much for you. Okay. They're being, they're getting heavy here. Can't really blame them. Four minutes. We got plenty of time. Plenty of time. And a disproportionate advantage immaterial. So let me think about this for a sec. I really like having this threat, although the rook is covering it. You play knight to... You play knight to d3. Obviously, take is fine, but we would probably start there first because we got a superior endgame position. It probably goes like this. Like that. Check. That's not check anymore. We just swap. Okay, actually, I love this move. I've decided I love this move. Seems totally fine. We're up by 3 pawns. If I could trade him down, I think I would like this. Sorry, if I could trade them down, I think I would like this. Let's see. This might be a thinking man's maneuver. So if we're walking it through their mindset, like what can they do? They can't put me in check. They can choose to swap queens. They can choose to reinforce the knight, but I actually don't think it can be done. Okay, so and we don't have to swap. If we don't want to, we don't have to swap. But I think I would rather leave the swap on the board because as of right now, we have doubled in the file, and the file is open. So yeah, we'll force them to make the swap decision, which I think is totally fine. And I don't even know like what this is. So there's a couple of things. I don't want them to take control of this file, but I want to threaten this pawn. So let's threaten this first. Then we can choose to either play this and create like a weird pincer attack on this. Also limits their king. Or we can double up here. But I actually feel like doubling up here makes way more sense. Totally restricts their king. And if they want us... Well, okay, I mean, I guess, of course, you could do that, but... How are you going to defend this son of a gun now? And if you go here... And we might lose pawns on that side. That is... It's valid. It is a valid piece of intel, but these pawns are so close to promotion. I think we just send it. We'll see. I feel like my end games have been a little whack lately. Let's start slowing him down over here. And we have enough pawns to cause a ruckus. Hold on. Keep them busy. We got 2 minutes and 50 seconds. Push. Take. If I do that. No, it's terrible because you can't take that. I'm like, yeah, okay. Here, this is the play. You start moving your king over to this side. He takes, you push. He takes, you take this. Now that was unexpected. I was like, wait a minute, he can do that? That's legal? Is this allowed? Push that so he can't take with the check. That should have probably happened like 2 moves ago. Okay, that's a really good move, unfortunately. I really want this square, but I don't think we're going to get it. Threaten this. He probably moves king here. If he puts me in check, we just go here. And then he can't stop the pawn. Take. He's in check. He has to move off. I think we get this pawn and we can win. This is such a bad endgame. Anyway, he has to come back here. Then we put him in check. He has to move off. We get the rook. And then he resigns. He does not resign. Okay, he resigns. That was terrible. Like, that was an absolutely horrible endgame. But you know what? If your opponent is unwilling to use the resources available to them, i.e. they still had 4 minutes on the clock, then we're not too big of a man to take it. Horrible? It blew my mind. Giveaway. Nice comeback win. Oh no, we made some mistakes. for sure, but we never dipped below being the favorite. 59% accuracy is a little busted, though. Okay, so this is normal. This is normal, Risolissimo. No, this is the canal attack, sorry. Although, hold on. It's only a 0.01 advantage despite the pawn structure. I guess because we traded a bishop for a knight. D3 is not so good. Pretty even. Even. Good move. Great move. They're like, please, for the love of God, don't cancel queenside. Don't cancel queenside. Good stuff. Even game. Works for me. Like, this is where you get into these funky games where they're like, yeah, start moving your knight where your king used to be, and then, I don't know, you're probably going to pull it out here somewhere. Try to threaten that in 17 moves? I honestly have no idea. All right. We have a quarter pawn advantage. They actually like the queenside castle. Not as much as other moves, but still. And then we want to play knight e2, but we're waiting. Oh, they did not like h4. We move to e2. They're like, that's also a bad move. They're like, that's a blunder. Why is that a blunder? They want you to start wrecking the pawn structure here. Okay, so let's assume what would happen here. I would definitely take with the d pawn to try to preserve the structure over here. They want you to just keep pushing h5. That's interesting. And how would they respond to this? With a good take? Really, like, I think our only response following that... Yeah, that's actually... Hold on. Let's back it up. What if we did it like this instead? I feel like, yeah, positionally, that's so much worse. Like, can we even stop this? Yeah. Yeah, you can stop it. You would play maybe like queen to out here or to e1 because you need a space for the king to get to. That would have been pretty bad. Anyway, it's not the way it went down. We moved there. I thought it was a powerful space. They moved there. And I think we're going to be trading a little with mistakes and inaccuracies for a bit. They love this move. They hate that move, and I couldn't agree more. That was a missed win. They want you to do king to b1. It's crazy. It's crazy that is a missed win. You know why king to b1 ended up being better is because I think it actually avoided like what happened with the knight later, but oh well, that's not a huge deal. They're like, seriously, what are you doing? You're never going to break through here. How are you going to break through here? You're never going to break through here. Look, it's freaking Fort Knox. Great take. They think we're up by a rook despite only being up by a pawn. They're like, what the heck are you doing? And I can relate, by the way. I think our opponent is in chat. I can relate. It's not like we did any better, especially when it came to the end game. They're like, please stop. That move's not as good as you think it is. Just push h5. Okay, that's a move. Good move. Good move. We're still up by a rook despite being up by a pawn. We responded to this by taking with d, I think. Best move. Ah, you know, that would have been interesting, actually. What if they did take here? What would we have done? Suppose we probably would have just taken here instead. No, they like knight to d3. We still have a winning position here, but... Okay, that would have been interesting. But instead they played this, right? And then we're up by a rook. They're like, that's the best move. Okay, because, you know, they're setting up for something here. We moved our king backwards to avoid the check. They still like it decently. They're like, you're never going to get through Fort Knox. They hate this move. And then this is where the endgame fell apart for me. Oh, that would have been so much, dude. G4 would have crushed him. Oh, my God. And it's graciousness to talk about that like as if, oh, I won, but I could have won so much more easily. But to stop them from getting their king to h5 would have saved me like a huge headache in the end game without a doubt. And then they're like, it's just, I mean, get ready. You see a lot of question marks in here, even a lot of red. We brought it back though. We brought it back from this point onwards. And that's where the win happened. But anyway, oh man. Well, there's 2 wins. We're gonna try another one here. I mean, we got 15 minutes. 15 minutes is probably enough time to go for it. All right. I think we've played white as all 3 games so far. I don't like. I do Petrov's defense declined. I don't like the way the game looks after this. I don't know. Bishop takes, queen, knight comes out for tempo. Something like that. Nope. Okay. Well, to be honest, I think to spare tempo, I will do that, and it doesn't really bother me. I think. Now we shouldn't get too fixated on defending that pawn. I think. I think we want to play. Well, hold on. Let me think. Dunka. Dunk. Dunk. Can't really do much, huh? Even if with the bishop there. Dunka. Take. 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 Take is bad. Oh, take. I don't know. Maybe it's fine. What are they gonna do with this bishop? They're gonna put it here. No. They're gonna play like e5 or e6, I should say. I played the Scotch game when I was younger. This was like one of my like preferred openings as a youngster. I used to really favor open, like, tactical heavy games. That's funny. But it's really bad. So, like, the move here, they're like, hey, if you take my queen, then I go here. Which is true. But so what? Because I'm not going to be in check. Or you could do it that way and put me in check, but you're really just stopping me from castling, I think. Unless I just walked into something. I don't know. Like, it seems horrible. I think they got a little too ahead of themselves. It's a terrible move. That's how Edward gets you. Edward, what are you doing, dude? Oh, he forked me. Okay, well, I mean, I'll just take the pawn. I know we got the bishop, but like if we're going to lose a piece, might as well take a pawn out of it. Or you know what? I could have moved my knight here and then at least destroyed your pawn structure. Okay, it turns out we are actually not going to lose a piece at all. Instead, we're just going to take this, and then you got to move your castle here. And then, so you move castle here to avoid the take. Or you could put me in the greatest check that the world has ever seen. Okay, that actually ended up being pretty solid. There is a temptation just to take. Or even to take. Go ahead, buddy. Make my day. Okay, well, he's free. He got out. He got out of it. This is one of the weirdest games I've ever seen, for sure. Yeah, okay, he was resigned. Okay. Well, I don't know what to say about that one. That was a strange one. Yeah. Let's just walk through this briefly, okay? He did get weird. He did get weird. The engine is going to be very upset, all right? So, like, this was fine, I guess. Although why don't... They want you to take the free pawn. I don't know. I get nervous, okay? I'm not afraid to admit it. I get nervous. Like, if I go here and then they play something like that. I don't know. What, I start to think about, like, what's going on over here. I get a little scared. Like, what's my move then? Maybe you could even... I probably don't want to play f4. Suppose you could move... Suppose you could play d4 on that? Yeah, you just played d4. Then they probably play bishop b4. And like, I'm happier with the way that the game went. Now I'm from there. I'm pretty sure you play bishop to g5. No, it's good, but they actually want f3, which is a little spicy, but okay. Anyway, we were cowards and it worked out. So they're like, that's horrible. Do not make that move. They take, I take. They prefer black's position. That's book. We take. Okay, we are up a half a pawn. Fine move. Fine move. Great move. What are you doing? This is where they lost 8 points right there. We take. That's not even the best move, which is funny. I actually, and I thought about it. I did think about it. But I'm like, if we take here, the queen can't take the bishop, obviously, so the queen moves. And then we just got a piece for free. But I wonder if there's a way to trap this queen later. Or if there's like a mate. Like, I bet if you play this through, there's some kind of weirdo line that happens here. Like, we block that. Your queen moves. You take, maybe? Okay, yeah, you take. And then we'll take with B. And then the queen. Eventually, okay, so you sacrifice your bishop first, and then then you move your queen. And then, genuinely, in my heart of hearts, I wonder if the line isn't something absurd. I wonder if it's not like bishop takes f7. No, it's literally just castling. That's stupid. I mean, like, in my world, why don't you just do this? Like, that's still pretty good. I guess it's not as good in the engine's incredible mode or incredible brain powers, but for me, I thought that was better. And then here, I mean, I guess it's a forcing move to take with the bishop, but I'm kind of surprised they didn't take with the knight. Although I guess we would just follow it up with something like it doesn't really matter that much. Anyway, let's see what happens. Oh, they what are they doing, man? Anyway, it's just, so you took there, and they're like, that's pretty bad. And then we just move over. And then you castled, and you're like, what are you talking about? We take a free piece. They forked us. They think that's fine, but not that good. I want to see how they feel about this move. They actually think it's the best move. That's incredible. And then that's the resignation. I love it when losing your queen is the best move. You have a challenge from a WFM. Okay. I will take that challenge. Can we make the timer 5 minutes instead of 10 minutes? Just because I want to. I mean, to be honest, okay, I'm not going to sandbag, but like the odds are probably that you're going to win. So it may not matter that much, but okay, let's give it a try. Let's give it a try. Okay, E4. I respond with C6. You get your bishop out first. The speed combined with the accuracy. These are scary times. Okay, now the first thinking move of the game. All right. Okay, I'll tell you. A grievous error. I choose to close in your bishop. I didn't know you could move that pawn. I respond by playing b5. There's more where that came from. You can't get into Fort Knox. Fort Knox is closed. Like we do. Oh God, it's a disaster. Okay, we respond with a6. There's more where that came from. She doesn't have to know that there is not more where that came from. Look at the control we've got over here, though. This is incredible. All right. Instantly, I'm like, I don't feel great about this one. All right, all right. What do you do? I don't think we get weird with it. I'm just trying to figure out how the heck I get my knight out of this situation. Ever. If we even do. Okay, we got to put some pressure somewhere, okay? Like, there's a certain temptation to just go bust this wide open. Makes her bishop so much stronger, though. I resign. I resign. I don't resign. Go ahead. Take it. You could take it. You've already destroyed my queen side. Maybe you want to destroy my king side, too? Oh, frick. That knight's going there. Okay, you know what? People are going to say this is a throw. It's not intended to be. I'm willing to sacrifice material to open this position up. Most institutional chess players are not willing to get weird with it, and that's the problem. They're too, oh, this isn't in the Steinitz Gambit. I never saw Morphy play this. What the heck happened? Morphy never played this. Okay, so that does keep your pawn alive. But that's fine, because all I was trying to do was put bishop on e7. My whole game plan was just get bishop to e7. They know me too well. I can't resist it. You can't resist us, Mr. Powers. Okay, well, there's a gimme here. Oh, no, the gimme's terrible. I'm like, you do this, check. We have to castle kingside first. Then we can play this. Don't push me. If you push me, you're gonna get it. Yeah, we're fine. Hold on. Check this out. Look at that. A wonderful place for a bishop. A much better place for a knight, but a wonderful place for a bishop. I was a little concerned about that. I'm not going to lie to you. But I've decided to take my lumps on that one. And then we're gonna you want to close position? Well, let's close it up then. Be careful what you wish for. There's a certain temptation to just keep pushing. There is also a certain temptation to take this pawn. Temptation granted. Terrible move. Now that I think about it, it's a terrible move. I forgot you would have a discovered attack on the queen. That's fine. We busted this wide open. Look at this open file. Yeah, this pawn is dead. Or is it? This is where you got to start. You know what? We don't exchange. This bishop is good enough. Or is it? I don't know, man. I don't know. Get out of here. Stinky. Stinky. Great move. Honestly. Oh, this is horrible. This is actually terrible because we're going to lose this rook too to this. Okay, it's all falling apart. What are we down by? 4? It's all right. I've got a plan. It starts like this. It starts with a little en passant gambit. Even a woman's federal master cannot defeat the en passant gambit. She took the en passant. What's the meme? Holy hell, right? That's the meme. And can I tell you something? Look at that right there. You're in trouble. You're in a world of hurt. You are about to put me in check, which is understandable. No, you're not, because my queen is covering the pawn. What are you gonna do? Oh, you're covering that. Yeah, that makes way more sense. Okay, hold on. Hold on. I think we might get ladder mated here. But if we don't... Oh, we just get checkmated. All right, good game. Good game. You got me?